Hey guys, I'm Glitter Valkyrie, and welcome to episode 10 of Friend Showcase. I can't believe this is the 10th time we're doing this, but because it's the 10th episode, I'm going to do double the number of units that I usually cover. There were more submissions this time around, and I don't just want to gloss over all the builds. So unfortunately, I won't be able to do them all today, but please don't think that your build isn't amazing if I don't cover them. I try to provide a little bit of variety, and I would feel terrible if somebody were sad because I missed their unit. If I do miss you today, I will try my best to catch you in the next one. So if you haven't seen one of these before, I show off some really creative builds from my friend request list and then end the episode with redeeming free summons. If you just want to see the summons, I will put a timestamp in the description. But if you want some build ideas or want to see what it looks like to kill multiple 5 stars for a base 1-star unit, then stick around. First up, I am so excited because I have never gotten to showcase this unit before. We finally have a Serra to show off. GJ, I feel like you've been around since pretty much the beginning and I've used your Lilina forever, but today we are showing off your build for the best healer. I think that Serra's biggest strength, other than the fact that she's indisputably the best healer in the game, lies in the fact that she is incredibly versatile and can be built so many different ways. You have gone the res tank route and got her up to 38 with Fortress Res 3. With Odd Res Wave, that takes her up to 44, and if she's sustained a little damage, add on an additional 7 res from her Brazen Seal. If only Serra could use Iceberg. But my favorite part of this build is that you killed a Halloween Mia for her witchy wand, and you gave it the Dazzling Refinement. This Serra is an amazing support unit, and I just love the build. Thank you for all your great comments, and thank you for finally giving me a Serra to show off. And the other unit that I want to take a look at from my friend list, okay, Exalt. We are going to look at a female Robin. So this Robin has been given the Tactical Gale, which is basically a Raven Tome, and you refine that for speed, and that combined with Triangle Adept can be really effective against colorless units. I feel like a lot of people sleep on Raven Tomes, but you know, they are just so incredibly useful if you don't like dealing with Brave Veronica or Brave Lynn or Reinhardt. She's actually a really good unit to invest in. And with this particular build, you got her speed up to 36, which is actually pretty decent. That combined with the Darting Blow Seal, if she initiates on somebody, she will most likely double. So it's clear that a lot of thought went into this build. You've given her Lancebreaker as her B skill and Hone Attack as her C, and she's rocking Ignis as her special, and she's going to do a lot of damage with 33 defense. I love that you've invested this much into Robin, and I wish you many grails so that you can get her to +10 soon. Thanks for sharing her, Exalt. And now we are going to move on to the friend request list. And today we have Mohammed with a +10 Lilina. Lilina is such a fun unit to use with her built-in Deathblow PRF, and a lot of people like to run double Deathblow on her so that she can one-shot everything, but you went for a speedier Lilina with Life and Death, and with her seal she hits 38 speed. Glimmer is the perfect special for her with that attack, and Desperation is going to be great if she's sustained a little damage. I love that you've foregone her traditional set, and this Lilina can definitely go up against fast opponents no problem. I also feel like this build is reasonable in terms of resources, and that you'll get a lot of mileage out of the investment. Thank you for sending her in. Okay, so I missed you and your Odin last time, Tafkalan, and also I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but this time you have a Marisa that the world has to see. Your Marisa is up to +7, and she is more than worth all the grails spent on her. This is a super premium kit, and she is going to activate Aether in no time with Steady Breath and Special Spiral. You have sacrificed New Year's Gunter for Joint Hone Speed, and she'll get a boost to her attack and defense from her seal if she is near an ally. But what really blows my mind is that you killed a Valentine's Ike for his weapon, which has a built-in bond skill as well. So with Ike's weapon combined with her seal, she is going to be unstoppable if she is near an ally. So many 5 stars have died for this Marisa, and I just love it. I thought that your Odin build was something else, but this just takes it to another level. Beautiful build. Next, we have a unit that I never thought I'd see. I am guilty of referring to him as Hone Cavalry, but this build shows that he is so much more than that C skill. We have a Gunter belonging to Nigel. I understand that this Gunter is a work in progress, but I am amazed with what you've done already. So for right now, Gunter has a silver axe equipped, but you pulled and killed a Valentine's Grail and gave Gunter his axe along with Fury 4. You gave him attack defense link from either Levitain or Sumia, which will give him 6 more attack and defense with an assist. It looks like you're working on his C skill, but I am definitely intrigued to see what you do with him. Thank you for sending him in, and I cannot wait to see him when he is finished. And now we are going to look at a +10 Cherche belonging to Zord. Cherche's PRF is really good, but you gave her something special from the Valentine's banner. You sacrificed Grail for his faithful axe, which has a built-in spectrum bond, and then gave her double attack defense bond. I actually did the math for this one, which is a lot coming from me, but if she is near an ally, that gives her 70 attack and 57 defense. Oh, and she also has even defense wave, so 63 defense on even numbered turns. This Cherche is an absolute beast, and I am so impressed. Great job, Zord. All right. Also, Shadow, I know that I promised to show off your Hellbindi last time, and I'll try to give a heads up before the next showcase so you can swap him in if you want. But everybody, just assume that Shadow has a beautiful Hellbindi who has eaten multiple 5-star units. So next up, we are going to look at a +10 Sonya belonging to Frankie. I am so envious of this unit. Sonya is one of those units that I want to pity break me, but she's never come home. She was such an interesting character in Echoes, and you're clearly a big fan. You gave her attack speed push, which came from either Summer Tana or Elincia, and it just goes so well with Mystic Boost, which is going to mitigate the damage that you take from attack speed push. She's got great offensive stats at baseline, but with attack speed push, she is going to be super scary. She's got Flashing Blade as her seal, which is great for Aether, and you've kept her Dark Excalibur Tome, which deals +10 damage when her special triggers. She's got Speed Play as her C skill, and I just love the amount of thought that went into this build. The build is so clever, and I'm just so impressed. Thank you for sending her in, Frankie. Next, we have Kana with a +10 Leo. I really like Leo as a character, and I really feel like he got shafted in Heroes, but you got him to +10, and I feel like he definitely has his niche with this build. This Leo is built to be a tank, and I think he pulls it off really well. So the Refined Brynhildr reduces magical damage from the first attack by 30%, and also denies a follow-up if his defense is higher than the foe's. With distant defense, he is going to be just fine, especially against squishy mages, so that'll help him out quite a bit. He's also got Deflect Magic, which reduces the damage from the foe's second attack onward by 80%. You have kept QR3 to patch that speed, and he has got Hone Cavalry as his C skill. I think this is probably the most effective way to build Leo, and I am so happy to see that somebody has invested in him, so thanks, Kana. Next up, SC, I told you I was going to do it, and I'm a woman of my word. The world has to see your +10 Eliwood. You looked past his giant eyes and right into his heart, and this Eliwood is an unbelievable res tank with base 40 res, and that's before odd res wave. He has been given the Barrier Blade from Sylvia, which gives him 7 more res in the enemy phase, but that'll also stack with distant defense. And we'll do a little more math, and if odd res wave is active in the enemy phase, we're looking at almost 60 res with this build. With res that high, it would be criminal not to give him distant counter and iceberg. He has got Quick Riposte, which is perfect for the enemy phase, and if he's getting any horse buffs, that speed is serviceable in the player phase too. This Eliwood is just beautiful and a great reminder that launch units can still be very relevant with time and investment. Thanks for sharing, SC. Next up, another unit that I never thought I'd see, and spoiler alert, we have 2 of him today. Arthur number 1 belongs to Humphrey, and I have no words. It's no secret that I don't like pulling Arthur, but you have taken the time to +10 him, so let's see what he's like with max merges. You have swapped his innate emerald axe for a pole axe plus, refined for res, but I've also seen him with a woe gun, so he's been given lots and lots of gifts. And right now he is running Fury with Dagger Breaker and Fierce Stance, so he's going to have a crazy amount of attack in the enemy phase. He's got a dual spur as his C skill and Noontime for some healing, and that Noontime will help mitigate a little bit of that damage from Fury. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think that Arthur could be a good candidate for distant counter if you have the fodder. I love that you have invested this much in Arthur, and even though I might complain when I still pull him, I will think of your Arthur the next time he comes home for me. And we'll get to Arthur number 2 in a minute, but first, we have an unbelievable New Year's Takumi belonging to Skybeat. Somehow you got this Prince of Soup to +10, and he is a force to be reckoned with. I feel like dagger units don't get the appreciation that they deserve, and I feel bad for anyone who underestimates your Takumi. With Life and Death and his refined Kagami Mochi, he hits 60 attack, but he's also got odd attack waves, so he is going to put Heavy Blade to good use. He must activate Blazing Wind all the time with this setup. Chill Defense is so synergistic with this kit, and I get the feeling that he is the kind of unit to solo Abyssal maps with 3 dancers. I just adore this Takumi, and I'm so impressed with this build. Excellent work, Skybeat. Next, we have a Henry belonging to Raspberry. Henry stood out to me because I feel like you gave him the Loyal Wreath the day that Valentine's Titania was released. You clearly love Henry because you killed like a minimum of 5 stars to make this happen. He has got Close Counter, which is perfect with that defense stat and the Close Defense seal. And you killed an heir for Mystic Boost. He may have an attack stat of 40, but you gave him even attack wave, so that'll help quite a bit. Aether rounds out his kit, and when I checked your skill list, you have got a Blade Tome, an Owl Tome, and a Wolf Tome for backup if you don't feel like using the Loyal Wreath. It makes me so happy to see people invest in their favorites regardless of their place on the tier list, so thank you for this submission. Okay, now it is time for Arthur number 2. This one belongs to Valkyrie, and you went for a speed-based build with a Slaying Axe. Somehow this Arthur hits 42 speed, and Flashing Blade will work so well on him to reduce that trigger for Aether. Fury Desperation is perfect for what you're trying to achieve, and he's got even Defense Wave, which will push his defense to the 40s on even numbered turns. It's always fun to see how differently a unit can be built, and I love what a player phase monster you have made him into. Thanks for sending him in. Next, we have Creel, and I'm pretty sure I said your name wrong, with a beautiful +10 Leanne. How did this happen? I mean, I love it, and I'm super jealous, but wow. So this Leanne can do way more than just sing. She aided to Barn for sturdy impact, and that takes her up to 51 attack and 30 defense on initiation. She's got the Heavy Blade Sacred Seal, which can speed up the cooldown for Gale Force. And you've already killed a Selkie for Sabotage Attack 3, and with Leanne's res stat, it's going to work really well on her. She has got Guidance, which is great for flying refreshers, and really, I am just speechless. I don't think this build could be any more perfect. Excellent work, Creel. Next up, we have a Camus belonging to Thanix. It looks like all your grails have gone to this beautiful Sable Knight, and it's completely worth it. I guess I didn't realize it, but Camus actually has a pretty great speed stat with merges. He is more of a defensive tank than a res tank, and you have wisely sacrificed a Surtur for Steady Stance 4. Once he is in Brazen range, I feel like it's all over for your opponent. He has got Vantage, so he'll get to attack first in the event he's injured, and he has got Defense Smoke, which synergizes so well with this kit. This build is so clever, and I love the amount of investment you've put into Camus. Also, additional 10 million points to you for killing Surtur. Thanks for the submission, Thanix. Next up, we have a +10 Nina from Holy Nun, and this is actually a different Holy Nun than the viewer from the previous showcase. So lots of Holy Nuns, apparently. So you have killed a whole bunch of 5 stars for your Nina, and this set works so incredibly well. You killed a Fae for her Fire Sweep Bow, which is perfect with 55 attack and 46 speed. Grail died for Fury 4, but it just works so incredibly well on her. And another Leanne has been sacrificed for Special Spiral. That combined with Flashing Blade will have Blazing Wind charged up pretty much all the time. She's got Defense Ploy as her C skill, and she is another unit that I feel could clear Abyssal maps with 3 dancers. This is some serious investment, and I am in awe of this build. Great job, Holy Nun. Next up, we have +10 Owain soon with, you guessed it, an Owain. I see so many Owains sacrificed for Blue Flame, but you are well on your way to +10 with this offensive powerhouse. Owain is super speedy, and you have given him even Speed Wave, which will take him up to 50 speed on even numbered turns. He's also got Attack Speed Bond, so I don't think you have to worry about anyone outspeeding him. He's got Distant Counter as his A skill, and you have replaced Wrath with Special Spiral, so Aether will be ready to go in no time flat. I love that you kept all of your Owain copies, and here's hoping that your last few merges come home soon. Next up, we have not 1, but 2 Matthews. I am so excited that you guys sent in some of my favorite units today, and also that I have a few new ideas for my own Matthew. So Matthew number 1 belongs to Michelle, and this Matthew is a super tanky debuffer. You kept his Rogue Dagger and refined it for speed, and the Rogue Dagger gives Matthew and his allies +6 defense and res after attacking, taking his defense up into the 40s. He has got Close Counter, which is perfect for his stat line, and Flashing Blade will speed up that cooldown for Aether. He's also got Attack Smoke, so he's going to debuff surrounding enemies' attack, defense, and res after he attacks a unit. This Matthew is a great support and is super scary in the enemy phase, and I appreciate the time and investment you put into this faithful spy, and I also appreciate the build ideas, so thanks, Michelle. And for Matthew number 2, we are going for a player phase build with a +10 Matthew belonging to Chronakos, and I'm pretty sure I said your name wrong, so I'm sorry. So you sacrificed Summer Lind for the Starfish Plus, which is an excellent weapon with built-in desperation, and it has been refined for speed. You've given him Swift Sparrow, which will help his attack stat. You've also sacked a Leanne for Special Spiral, so once he's triggered Ignis for the first time, our boy is going to start destroying everything. Speed Smoke is his C skill, and he's going to be a great debuffer in addition to doing some serious damage to his opponents. I just adore this build and the amount of 5 stars that you killed for him, so thank you so much for sharing this Matthew with me. And now for the grand finale. When I said that I was doing a showcase, I asked for units that people hate to pull. Well, Zeldamon, you delivered. You sent in my favorite pity breaker. I never thought I'd see this, but here you go, guys. It's Luke. When I saw this submission, it legitimately made me laugh out loud. So let's look at a Luke with some serious investment. I'll admit, my first response after seeing this was, why? But actually it works really well. So this handsome specimen actually has a pretty great attack stat at 52, kind of hurts me to say that, and pretty good mixed bulk, which will be even better with distant defense. You killed a New Year's Hreed for Geishun Plus, refined for res, and that weapon has built-in chill attack. You also killed someone for distant counter, which kind of hurts, but it really does work very well with this build. Reed also gave up Hone Attack 4, and you gave Luke Guard 3 for some extra survivability. Bonfire is his special, and wow, Zeldamon, I mean, I stand by my stance on Luke, but I love what you've done with him. I sincerely hope that all the future Lukes that I might pull get sent to you instead. Really, thank you so much for this submission. Alright, I don't have much of a voice left, so let's finish up by redeeming some free summons. First up, we have War of the Tacticians Part A. Okay, if we can pull a Lewin today, Matthew is 100% for sure getting special spiral, so let's hope for a green. Okay, 1 green. Nope, it's a Soren. All right. All right, so we'll back out. And then we have War of the Tacticians Part B. To be perfectly honest, I don't really want any of them, but Innis would be new, I guess. I really should merge my Cecilia up eventually, so if there are no colorless, we'll go green. Okay, we get a Klein. And he's getting a refine soon, so I'm really gonna have to invest more in my Klein. All right. Oh, Kitsune and Wolfskin, we don't talk about that banner. Then we have Love Abounds, and I want a Hector so bad. He's the only Hector that I'm missing, so we have to pull green if we get the chance. All right, 1 green. Also, my Lilina has terrible IVs, so that would be fine too. Nope, it's a bar tray. That's disappointing. So let's back out. And we don't talk about Grail's Devoted either. I'll do this eventually. And we have Focus Heroes with Sweep Skills. I've always wanted an Alm, and even though the odds are not in my favor, I feel like I have to try. So if there's a red, we're pulling red. Okay. Let's pick this one. Okay, we get another Falchion user. So we didn't get anything from our free summons, but that's fine. That will do it for our 10th episode of Friend Showcase. Thank you so much to everyone who sent in submissions. If I missed your build, I am really sorry, and I will try to get to it in the next one. As always, thanks so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.